On behalf of the entire team of the Ministry of Education and Youth, I wish to extend congratulations and the highest commendations to this year's awardees. We congratulate you on being faithful and diligent steward in the molding of the minds of our students.
As we continue in the Advent season, we want to highlight the gift of hope, a hope shared by our educators who work relentlessly to provide our students with a competitive advantage over the rest of the global community. And so, in celebration of exceptional learning, the Ministry of Education, Lasco Chin Foundation, Jamaica Teaching Council, and other partners are honoring exceptional educators, including those in technical and vocational education and training, TVET. Thank you for your contribution, teachers, and welcome to another exciting edition of Jamaica Magazine. I am your host, Audrey Williams. We have a lot ahead in this Friday magazine, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back after the news.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Friday, December 8, 2023. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has wrapped up high-level talks on a range of issues with U.S. government officials as part of a working visit to Washington, D.C. On Tuesday, Mr. Holness met with U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and discussed several matters affecting the region, ranging from crime to climate change. The White House meeting was also aimed at advancing bilateral cooperation on promoting inclusive economic growth and climate-resilient infrastructure. It discussed combating transnational criminal organizations and the trafficking of illicit drugs and firearms, as well as promoting regional security under Plan Secure Jamaica. During the meeting, the U.S. National Security Advisor thanked Prime Minister Holness for his steadfast support for a multinational security support mission to Haiti and Jamaica's leadership in facilitating an inclusive political dialogue among Haitian society. The Prime Minister and the delegation also went to the Pentagon on Tuesday, where he met with Secretary of the Navy Carlos Del Toro. He also held meetings with the chairpersons of the House Ways and Means Committee, the House Financial Services Committee, and the House Foreign Affairs Committee, as well as U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland. Prime Minister Holness ended his working visit to Washington on December 7. 3 local organizations have received grant funding to boost their capacity to assist vulnerable communities. The grant, totaling $170,467 Canadian dollars, or approximately 19.5 million Jamaican dollars, has been awarded to the Jamaica Association for the Deaf, the Bureau of Gender Affairs, and the Clarendon Parish Development Committee Benevolent Society. It's been awarded by the Canadian government through its Local Engagement and Action Fund, LEAF, which helps organizations in 8 Caribbean countries access financial resources to address key developmental issues. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, says LEAF underscores the joint commitment of the Jamaican and Canadian governments to promoting socio-economic empowerment, gender equality, equity, and social justice.
So this unique partnership between the government and the High Commission of Canada in Jamaica facilitates the recognition and promotion of entrepreneurship as a viable and practical path to independence and autonomy.
The Bureau of Gender Affairs will be using the funds to implement the Women in Entrepreneurship Support Project Phase 2. This initiative will provide the necessary tools and skills for 25 women with disabilities to start and sustain their own businesses. The Clarendon Parish Development Committee Benevolent Society will use its funding to support BizBridge. It's an initiative that offers business development and life skills to 30 young people, diverting them from a path that might lead to criminal activities. And the Jamaica Association for the Deaf will use its grant to empower hearing-impaired community stakeholders with advocacy, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills. This will include an inter-school competition and science fair among schools for the deaf. Minister of Labour and Social Security Pernell Charles Jr. made a commitment to assist the organizations with the implementation of their proposals.
Not just showing up, but in the implementation, in the advancement and making sure that the investment leads to positive outcomes, we will be there to give our support as partners.
70,000 individuals are set to benefit from upskilling and certification as part of the Growth Initiative for the Global Digital Services Sector, GDSS, by the end of 2024. This was disclosed at Wednesday's graduation ceremony for 367 apprentices in the Supervisory Management and Leadership Management tracks of the GDSS apprenticeship program. The program is being executed by the Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JAMPRO, with Heart NSTA Trust responsible for the training and assessment of individual skills development.
With over 3,200 employees enrolled across 2 training cohorts, leadership and management and supervisory management, we have fostered a substantial cadre of managers equipped to lead and manage with skill and vision.
The skills development component of the GDSS is focused on building capacity at the mid-level tier in the sector to increase the earning potential for Jamaica. Hart has trained about 3,500 apprentices so far, with 15 GDSS firms participating.
Whilst training is not a part of the direct mandate of JAMPRO, the scope of our engagement supports a close collaboration and dialogue with agencies of government that help to ensure that our investment clients, who are exporters, are able to access the human resources that they need. And so we speak proudly about the dedicated partnership available with agencies such as Heart NSTA Trust.
The government is investing $15 million under a loan agreement with the Inter-American Development Bank to support the development of the global digital services sector through training over a 5-year period. Farmers now have easier access to extension support services with the new Rural Agricultural Development Authority RADA mobile app. The app was launched during a recent function in Portland. According to RADA's acting Chief Executive Officer Winston Simpson, it is a user-friendly tool to allow effective communication between farmers and extension officers.
Essentially, the RADA mobile app seeks to empower our farmers, both those that are registered and those that are aspiring to be farmers. And this provides essential agricultural resource tailored to their needs. Farmers can gain access to a wealth of agricultural information. This includes crop management techniques, pest control strategies, and sustainable farming practices.
Mr. Simpson was speaking at a JIS think tank session this week. He says farmers can gain access to the most recent agricultural trends, innovations, and cutting-edge technologies while their data is being protected. The RADA mobile app is available in the Google Play Store for Android users. And finally, 33 persons from 12 countries have newly been granted Jamaican citizenship by the government. They were presented with documents formalizing their status by the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency, PICA, during a citizenship ceremony at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel on Monday. The men, women and children hail from France, Colombia, the People's Republic of China, Haiti, India, Kenya, Ghana, Nigeria, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the United States of America, Barbados and South Africa. PICA's Chief Executive Officer Andrew Winter welcomed the new Jamaicans, pointing out that while they were from a wide cross-section of nationalities, they now belonged to a single heritage. He said the ceremony was a testament to Jamaica's motto, "Out of many, one people." Mr. Winter encouraged the new citizens to continue making their contributions to Jamaica's growth and development.
Some of you are doctors, nurses, beauty practitioners, whatever your profession is, whatever you do, it is contributing to this country growing and continue to grow. We are happy that you have joined us today to become Jamaicans. And you are going to help us to build the whole human race, to contribute to that whole human race.
19 persons obtained citizenship by marriage, 9 by registration, 2 by naturalization, and 3 by descent. Jamaican citizenship is granted by virtue of marriage, registration for Commonwealth citizens, naturalization for non-Commonwealth citizens, by descent for persons whose birth was not registered and citizenship is in doubt, and restoration for persons who had previously renounced their Jamaican citizenship. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
I really hope that those who are listening to my voice will take an introspection of themselves and check out how they have been operating the motorcycle. Are you operating with a helmet, an elbow pad, a knee pad, a jacket, a shoulder pad? Are you wearing shoes instead of slippers? Have you removed the mirrors from the motorcycles? Obedience better than sacrifice. Do the right thing. Are you going to ensure that you buckle up in the motor vehicle and the persons in the motor vehicle behind your back, your passengers, are they buckle up? Are you going to ensure that? Are you going to give yourself adequate time to reach your destination so that you don't have to be in any haste, so that you don't help to clog up the health sector? Nobody should be going to the hospitals because of traffic crashes. Nobody. They are preventable, they are avoidable. We can make better choice than that.
Thanks for staying with us. Education stakeholders have long lauded the strategic value of teaching chess as part of molding young minds to better grasp educational lessons. But what exactly can the game of chess do for our children? Please see our next feature.
A problem that cannot be solved easily. It will take more thoughtful strategic planning than just a simple 1, 2, 3-step solution. This is because chess players must consider a wide range of options before planning their next move. A process champions Aaron and Ariel have mastered.
There are so many benefits of chess. Chess helps with your mathematical skills. Chess helps with your reasonability. Chess helps with strategic thinking. Some people don't understand. Chess also helps with your patience level. You have to be patient to play the game of chess. Chess helps with the discipline, going through it. So the discipline of, sticking to it, getting a task done and completing a task and things like that. So when I learned of all the benefits of chess, and how it helps overall in terms of the development of a person, I said, my children will have to play chess. I started teaching my daughter when she was 3 years of age. I thought, well, if there's any time to start them, 3 should be good enough, So she started at 3 and she continued to play to date, and she's still playing now 16 years of age.
When you're living in the same house as your coach, it's kind of difficult because you can't get into practice late because you're in the same house where practice is. Everything has to be very on time. You do badly at a tournament and you come home and you're still hearing about the tournament because your coach is with you, but you do well and you come home and you still get the congratulations and everything. I feel like I'm a more analytical person. I'm very observant. A lot of things I look deeper into than other people would. A lot of people are like, Ariel, how did you notice that? I'm like, well, it's there. But I realize a lot of people don't observe it like I do. I wouldn't say I'm an amazing math student, but I definitely would have been a worse math student if it hadn't been for chess. You learn to listen and you take your time with the problems and you kind of work through them.
My son, he saw her playing when he came on the scene, when he was almost 2 years of age. And he said he wanted to play chess as well. I'm like, huh? So he came along and he said he wanted to play. So I said, all right, let me try him out to see how would he respond. So I started teaching him, he started making a move. By the time he was 3+, he was now checkmated. That's historic. They don't get them at that young age to start checkmated. You get what I'm saying?
Hello, my name is Erin McCoy. I'm 11 years old and I started playing chess at the age of 2. Chess helps you to think critically, also helps you with your math, which will be very useful later on in life. So chess is actually very good for education as well. Helps you focus.
Oh, I'm not sure we have time to count the amount of tournaments. On average though, when Jamaica Chess Federation like puts on tournaments, you might have an average like about 6, 7, 8, about on average 8, tournaments per year, on average. And most of the time, they are participating in those tournaments. Average, they'll do like 8 to 9 tournaments per year locally, right? And then they'll also have like international tournaments.
First of all, going to an international tournament is very nerve-wracking. You're representing the country, especially since whenever I've traveled, it's been in small groups, not necessarily big groups. So the whole country is counting on you, and whatever you do, the country is either going to applaud you for it or judge you for it. So it's very nerve-wracking.
Sometimes you might feel a bit nervous or a bit worried, and then the other time you're excited and you're ready to go.
Because of what I know chess does, I've written a book to reach more people. All right, so you're gonna move this bishop here. It's written that anyone can take up the book. You can take up the book and you can decide, oh, I'm gonna learn how to play chess.
Yes, I would encourage anyone to play the game, as your age doesn't really matter. It still has its benefits.
Play chess because it really helps you as a person. It helps your patience, you analyze, you observe. It really builds your self-esteem if you do become a good chess player.
Not only that, chess, you see, is a lot like life. One wrong move and you're backed into a corner. But having the right players in position will earn you a
checkmate.
In other words, build a reliable team and learn to play well with others.
Watch the trend, pick up the trend. This are the trend for all the youths them. Watch it.
Calling all primary and secondary school students.
Hello?
This is just for you. Come and show your dance moves by joining the Trend Challenge. This will be your chance to let your creativity shine. All you have to do is follow the Ministry of Education at MOEY Jamaica on TikTok and Instagram. Create a 60-second dance video using the Trend jingle. Post the video on your TikTok channel, tag at least 3 of your friends, and use the hashtags #TrendChallenge, #TrendBrighterJA, and #EveryChildCanLearn before December 31. Easy, don't? We're looking for winners. So the top 3 videos with the most views will get amazing prizes. Winners will be announced on Monday, January 8, 2024. Hey, and don't forget to get your parents and teachers involved so we can keep it trending.
This is Trend, Transforming Education for National Development, a program designed by the Ministry of Education and Youth.
Always heading to the ATM for quick cash? You might want to be extra cautious this time of year. And once you've received your funds safely, learn how to finance a unique Christmas gift idea.
So, of course, we all know it's the festive season, but it's also open to some really silly stuff that we want you to avoid, especially at this popular hotspot. Yes, I'm talking about that next trip to the automated teller machine, the ATM, to withdraw cash you so desperately need. Now, here are 3 safety tips to practice this season. Number 1, avoid using ATMs at night. Number 2, if you need to use an ATM at night, have someone with you to observe the surroundings while you are inside. Number 3, after leaving an ATM, ensure that you are not followed. If you are, do not go to your home or your residence, but go to a crowded area and call the police or security emergency number. Stay tuned for more safety tips this season and remember to use them.
'Tis the season for spreading joy and showing our friends and family that we care. However, things might be a little tough this year, or perhaps you might want to go a different route when choosing a gift. Let's look at some simple do-it-yourself gift ideas. Gift cards. Computers and the internet have made so many things impersonal, or in some cases, downright non-existent. Remember when a celebratory moment wouldn't go by without a card? Let's bring back the gift card. There's nothing like getting a personalized message from a loved one, and with the computer and a little bit of imagination, we can make it happen. A gift from the little Picassos. You know how the children are always doing art projects, sometimes on the newly painted walls of your home? Let them make a painting for a parent, grandma, a relative, or a teacher. Even if the artwork is not so perfect, the person receiving it will love and treasure it more than anything you could pick up in a store. Say it with your chest. This is a trend that you might notice on social media. Couples matching each other or kids matching parents with personalized t-shirts. It's cute to boot, but this does not need to be an expensive venture. Buy plain white t-shirts and let your inner artist fly. Jewelry making. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend, and that may be so. But a personalized homemade bracelet sends the same message and leaves you with money for the more important things.
Do-it-yourself items are the best because you can custom make whatever it is that you want. So unlike when you go to a store and you see an item that is already done, it may not fit your purpose, it may not suit you. So with do-it-yourself items, you are able to bring your own style, your own flavor, your own expertise and creativity to this project. And the cost is so much better. So do-it-yourself gift items, projects is just the way to go.
We see customers shopping for a lot of DIY items which they could put together and make a perfect gift. We have gift baskets, accessories to do the gift baskets. We also have art items, canvases, paints, paintbrush. Put those together, you get a perfect art and craft accessories to give a child or someone who is in art.
The Jamaican government has established a $1 billion screen fund to support the development and production of local films and television content. Our next feature will give more details.
The lights are illuminating a new era in Jamaica's film industry. It's a financial pool that gives local filmmakers latitude to harness their full creative potential. Visual clarity for capturing authentic Jamaican culture experiences through the creative lenses.
The Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, in its partnership, will provide, Madam Speaker, an initial amount of $1 billion over 2 years with $500 million in 23-24 in financing for the establishment of the Jamaica Screen Fund.
It's a stellar partnership with the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce to provide the right financial backing to drive Jamaica's film industry. The work of the Screen Fund will be executed through the Jamaica Film Commission, an arm of the government's investment agency, the Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JAMPRO. Former Film Commissioner Renee Robinson has served as a guiding light to the establishment of the long-awaited Jamaica Screen Fund. Renee tells us more about the strategic role the fund will play in expanding Jamaica's film industry. What is the Jamaica Screen Fund?
Before I tell you exactly what the fund is, what I do want to tell you is that the fund is going to be a game changer for Jamaica. So the Jamaica Screen Fund, the inaugural Jamaica Screen Fund, is going to provide an opportunity for the government of Jamaica to support local content through the development and productions phases.
How much work went into the establishment of?
So much work. Oh my gosh, there's just been so much happening, and the hard work starts now of being able to structure the governance, the management process, and to make sure that it is transparent, sustainable, that it demonstrates impact, and that we're able to utilize it to really identify high potential projects that are going to be able to have economic impact and commercial viability in the future.
And how exactly will the fund work?
We're still working out the details of how the fund will function. The ultimate goal is support for local, but of course there's going to need to be some avenue for support and for collaborations internationally, because our ultimate goal is to make sure that our local content gets seen internationally and has access to new audiences.
So how did the ministry work to get the fund established?
We saw that there was a need to develop this part of our economy, to employ more people, make sure people who have the natural abilities get a chance. It was a discussion between Minister of Finance, Dr. Nigel Clark, and myself. We decided to set up a fund to make sure people can have some assurance that there is funding for their ideas.
How will the Screen Fund be structured?
Structured with a board, most likely from private and public sector. They're supposed to manage, rather govern the project so that there's transparency, so there's accountability, and so that there's performance. You're going to see how much you spend, who you spend it on, what's the return, how many people you employed, how many artists were involved, how much information was passed on from the outside filming company to our local people, over what period of time do we get to begin and start and fund and deliver our own movies.
Here at the Caribbean School of Media and Communication at the University of the West Indies, Mona campus, adjunct lecturer Kevin Jackson shares his expectations of the Screen Fund for students in film production.
It means many things. This Film Fund is, a long time coming. It's something that we definitely need. I do believe that this is an opportunity for students to be able to work on bigger projects. With the fund stimulating more productions, there'll be more places for students to work and gain the experience they need to, get to that level.
Jackson is also hoping that the Screen Fund will make provisions for animated films.
Jamaica is definitely in a position where we need more animated content. We have tons of children's stories that can be converted into animation. We have tons of ideas that have been pitched at Kingston, that have been pitched in the animation networks, that have been pitched all over the Caribbean, even in Anime Caribbean, that can become something big, and this Film Fund can help to get those animations made.
The Screen Fund is set to revolutionize Jamaica's film industry and create an ecosystem to ensure its sustainability. President of the Jamaica Film and Television Association, JAFTA, Saeed Thomas, says it is providing hope for Jamaica's film industry.
So I think the overall feeling is one of hope that with this it gives better access and it gives more of an opportunity to see if we can step into feature films and episodics and just overall more content for Jamaica.
We reached the end of our program. Get a recap of everything you saw here and more on our website, gis.gov.jm. In the words of Desmond Tutu, hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness. I'm Audrey Williams. Bye for now.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.